You are now being recorded. Okay. So welcome again. I'm so proud of you for electing to spend part of your evening with me and learning and going over these melodies, high holiday things. I have to tell you, it is particularly joyful to do this. Our husband is away this week, so it's all on my shoulders, but this is material that is very familiar. It's easy stuff. It doesn't require any chazanas, but as I said this morning in the morning version of this class, I want you to channel your inner chazan, okay? And I have felt that as the more I do this, the more disinhibited I get. So if you see me getting a little too lively, you'll forgive me, okay? I just wanted to let's take a moment. I hope you all have a machzor with you. You have your machzors? If not, get your machzors.
Yes.
We just need to review. I just want to spend some moments reviewing the Onatana Tokef. You know, it's such a big part of the Musaf. And again, you know, if you don't have a minyan, you really don't have to do it. But the thing is, how could you daven without singing Rosh, Hashanah, etc.? So let's just review that. It's on page 143. We'll use the Rosh Hashanah Musaf one, and we'll just sing today. Rosh Hashanah Yom Tzom Kippur Yom Tzom Kippur Rosh Hashanah Yom Tzom Kippur We'll just do a couple stanzas. Hama yavrun v'chama yibarayun mi yichyeh u'mi yamut mi v'kitzo u'mi lo v'kitzo mi v'hei shuri b'mayim Rosh Hashanah Yom Tzom Kippur Yom Tzom Kippur Rosh Hashanah Yom Tzom Kippur Yom Tzom Kippur Okay, let's do this. Teshuvah, O Tefillah, O Tzedakah, Avirim Roa Let's try Adam. Joy's in the back there. So Adam, Adam. And you can just melody. And then there was the other melody.
Yeah.
What? Okay, we're going to leave that one because
Chazan has job security.
That's right. Okay, the problem is, it's not that I don't remember his, it's I have another melody for that in my head. Okay, and that's it. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. This is I have a whole list of let's try this one here. No, that's not it. Class schedule, here we go. So tonight we're going to do the top 10 high holiday melodies that you know them, okay? And they consist of these. Let's do this melody. We're going to start off with la 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 Okay, that melody is 9/10 of the high holidays right there. If you know that melody, you don't have to. With you don't sing Baruch, but you do, and it's an evening. These are the evening melodies. But the reason why I'm saying is because, it's so emotional. It's so much part of it. And the truth is, we recite this melody for the Shechianu. Okay, so let's try it. The Shechianu, which you can find in the Machzor on page 31, is your when you recite your Kiddush. Okay, so this is the whole melody. Page 31 at the bottom of the left side. Baruch atah What's so beautiful about this melody musically is it really goes into a really lofty place. It's very magisterial, and it has the minor turn, the really kind of somberness. That's major. Very fanfare. And then which that tells you everything you need to know, which is this is getting serious, right? We have joy and we have seriousness, and that's, I wish we could spend a lot of time talking about it. I wish I could give, more sermons describing the music, because the music conveys all the emotion that you need. It's the glory, joy of the majesty of God, and also the sobriety and somberness of this time. And you can't linger on in that somberness. You have to get back to the major. Okay, so that's that tune. You know that tune, and that's what's going on. We'll just do a melody again. Website. I'll give you the link to the website later, and you can get the Chazen's recording of that. Okay, next one. Next one is something you know. Page 141. Okay, these melodies are melodies that everybody knows. Page 141. There are two versions of this melody. So we're going to go. Melech hafetz becha
Nekenu lesefer החיים.
Ochreinu lechayim v'lechabetz
חיים וחיים.
Elohim Chayim. So everyone know that one? Okay, then there's the other one. Zochreinu lechayim
חפץ בחיים.
echotreinu besefer hachayim levanecha
Elohim
both of them, and you know, it depends what kind of mood you're in. You know, if you're a little more depressed, you go Zochreinu lecha, but Zochreinu lechai has a little more bounce to it.
melech hafetz b'chayim.
So that's a much more lively melody, and I know that we have a very captive audience here that likes livelier melodies, right? I'm looking at you.
Yes.
I'm looking at Marlene. Okay. So Zochreinu again. Zochreinu lechayim.
Chayim melech hafetz b'chayim.
Besefer hachayim. Zochreinu lechayim. Kotveinu besefer hachayim. Elohim Chayim. Okay, and the same is true for the melody Michamocha, page 142. It's right after Michamocha Chayim. Michamocha Yocher Yitzurav Michamocha Avarachamim Yocher Yitzurav Chayim Berachamim. And the same the alternate melody also works for Michamocha. And let's just go to the end, and that is page. Well, it's at the end of the Shemona, every single one of them, and I will just find it here, and it is on page 169. Okay, 169. Page 169. Such a beautiful melody. It's very easy. It's accessible. You know it. It's singable, and it conveys again the emotion of the days. And there's so much memory encoded within it. And you know, for us, it's Ashkenazi, a deeply Ashkenazi melody. It's, you know, it's just it's the kind of melody that when you really are wrapped in it, it cries with you. And it also, I mean, for me personally, I would say, because it's at the end of each Shemona Esrei is like that. So I always feel a kind of relief. There's a sense of relief at this end of, you've reached the end of, especially for someone leading it and it's the congregation also singing it, the relief of, it's over, the Amida is over, and it's a kind of, coda, farewell to the whole thing. Let's sing the Minikate. אנחנו בכל
חיים טובים לחיים טובים
So you've got Zochreinu Michamocha and the Sefer Chaim, and that already is 30% of the holidays. Okay, and the truth is, I don't want to say this, too facetious. They would say, if you sit and you're in your davening space, and all you do is repeat those melodies over and over again and meditate, as far as I'm concerned, check mark. Okay, you've done a wonderful thing. Okay, you've got the price of admission right there. Okay, all right, we'll move on. Page 93, and this is a very important melody, and you all recognize this melody because we sing it many times. It's Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Repeat it. You can sing it as many times as you want. Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, So musically, what's going on there? Very simple. It's yearning, it's praying, it's reaching. Please, please save us and do graciousness to us. That's what it's saying. Okay. So that is another classic. Let's go to page 97. 97. Adonai, Adonai. So that melody and that particular line is recited at the Torah service on the second day. Of course, when you're at home, you're not going to have a Torah service, but you can certainly sing it. You don't sing it on Shabbat, and it's of course appears several times in Yom Kippur. And there are a couple of melodies, and that's the more accessible melody. There's also a darker melody. Adonai, Adonai, Erachum Bechanu. So you see the difference between those two melodies. One is Adonai, Adonai, and one is Adonai, Adonai. So one is much more major, one is a little minor, one has got a little more bounce, a little more hopefulness to it, and one is we're going to die. Okay. All right. Let's turn to page 149. These are two lines that are usually sung, and short melody, but it's a common melody. Simcha la'artzecha v'sason le'irecha. Simcha le'artzecha. The reason why I mention this, why I use this melody, is because this melody is just a key in the nusach, in the regular chanting. Okay, so when you chant, you're always. I want to say, I don't know enough about it, but it strikes me like chanting is almost like a lot of improvisation and jazz. Okay, there is really a common element here, because you're in jazz, you're going on certain themes and you're going all over the place, but then you get back to the main theme. And chanting works like that also, because you're going to go on that page. I'll give you the paragraph that starts with it. תהילה לרעיך ותקווה לדורשך ופתאום פלם יחלים לך שמחה לידך וששון ברך אני לבן ישי משיחך במהרה בימינו. Little line at the end. La da 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 da. All you need to know to chant is that melody. That's the nusach melody, and that's just the kind of the motif that circulates in the high holidays, right? Da 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 da. Right, and everything is built on da 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 da. Give you an example of the difference. The for the festivals, it's a different motif. It goes da 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 ba da da. For Rosh Hashanah, it's da 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 da. And Shabbat, what is Shabbat? Shabbat goes like this. You got da 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 da. So they're all very different, but they all encode obviously these things. Simcha le'artzecha, that's a melody. Sing it in your head. All you think about is being together and about to hear the shofar. Okay, next one, page 146. We love this melody. I know the cousin has a different tune to this. He's not here, and I'm doing this, so we're gonna do it this way. So the melody is V'chol Ma'aminim, and this is the congregational melody that we use for dozens of years. V'chol Ma'aminim next line, V'chol It goes on and on and on, and it's beautiful, and the machzor is transliterated, so if you have difficulty with the Hebrew, the transliteration is there. It's a simple melody. There are lovely melodies to this. There's a whole bunch of melodies I love. I grew up with a beautiful choral melody that went Bechol, 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 something like that. So it was beautiful, beautiful. Okay, Bechol Ma'aminim. And then the Chazan brought to us the Ye'atayu, page 150. 150. melody is also a very bouncy melody, and it has the refrain. Every line you say, "V'yitnu lecha keter melucha," "V'yitnu lecha keter melucha," and then it has a refrain, and you'll recognize it. Okay, it starts like this. Etayu kol avadecha yitnu.
ויתנו לך כתר מלוכה,
יברכו שם כבודך,
ויתנו לך כתר מלוכה,
ידעים צדקך ויתנו לך
כתר מלוכה,
אם לא ידעוך ויתנו לך
ויתנו לך כתר מלוכה.
יאללה לה 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 לה
כתר מלוכה,
יחתרו עם פסי אליהם ייתנו לך
ייתנו לך כתר מלוכה,
יתוש שכמך לעבדך וייתנו לך
ייתנו לך כתר מלוכה,
עם שמש מבקש פניך ייתנו לך הכתר So again, you can sing that for half an hour. You have your whole morning. Okay. I'm only saying that because the way I've structured the services in blocks of time. So in the shorter service, it's 30 minutes prayer, 30 minutes Torah, and 30 minutes prayer. In the longer services, it's 40 minutes prayer, 40 minutes Torah, 40 minutes, that kind of thing. And you'll see, I mean, I scripted it out for you. It'll say, please turn to this page and we will sing. The assumption is that you know the melody will be accessible in your head. And look, I understand if people want to use the technology, that's totally up to them. We'll have it available for everyone on the website for people to kind of be have their memory jogged by the melodies. But I know these melodies. I know they're inside. It's just a matter of getting them refreshed in your minds. Okay. Next, page 158. 158 is Rosh Tzifatenu. This now you omit it about it. It usually is after the I included in the scripts because it's such a great melody. It's such a lovely, joyful melody. So that's a paragraph that's sung at the end of every portion of the Musaf. There are 3 portions of the Musaf, Zichrot, Malchut, Shofarot, and so the shofar punctuates each one. If you don't have the shofar blowing in there, it's not going to be a problem. But this song, this melody will kind of remind you, and it's very joyful. We'll sing it again. There's a different melody. Nevinu mazin mahabitu berachamim and it's even fun. Look, for people that are not used to singing by themselves or singing at home, this is not going to kill you. This is going to it's going to open you up a little bit. You can see how uninhibited I get now with singing. The melodies really just give you a lot of joy. They give you a lot of emotion, and that's what they're about. Okay, the second last one is we don't have, when you're not with a minyan, you don't say the Kaddish, but this melody of the full Kaddish is so beautiful, so important to us. I can't let you have your home services without it, okay? And I said this morning, I'll say it here, and so if you say Yit Gadal v'Yit Kadash, I mean, without a minyan, what's going to happen? Nothing's going to happen, obviously. You're not going to get a ticket for, davening. So it's ya la 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 la. So it goes like this. If you were, doing it in shul, it would be Yit Gadal v'Yit Kadash. Amen. And it's a melody that it's in your minds, it's in your head, and you could just yalla it, and that's fine. Yalla. I mean, on the way, all part of our experience in shul, which obviously is going to be missing to us, is that you sit for 1, 2, 3 hours in shul, and you get this music, and you go home and you're sitting at lunch and you're hearing these melodies, shower, you're singing these melodies, just the same way that on Shabbos, when we're in shul, the melodies stay with you all day, and it gives you a sense of real holiness. It gives you a sense of joy. That's the attempt with these. Okay, last one from this list, page 170. It's just before the Kaddish, and this is our Hayom. So there are a couple of melodies. Exactly. Okay, let's do it. Amen.
כתבנו, אמן.
That's a melody that you can be very, very playful with. If you just have the confidence to do that, there's another one. Hayom mayom mayo, hayom mayom mayo. How does it go? I don't remember.
Farmer in the Dell sounds like.
What's that?
Sounds like the farmer in the Dell.
Yeah. It's also that one. And there's there's a fancy choral one. Hayom te da 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 da. Hayom te da 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 da.
Amen.
Yidrishenu l'chaim tovim. Amen. Hayom te da 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 da. Hayom te gavera, etc. So it's a very nice cantorial melody, which you're not going to do.
It's operatic.
Very operatic. It's a very show-offy melody. And the other one, I like the congregational. Our congregation seems to really enjoy. It can sometimes drag out very thick and molasses, but you can also you can give it a little bit of a clip to it. La 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 la. Hayom mayom mayom. Hayom mayom mayom mayom. Hayom mayom mayom. Hayom hayom te'akbeinu. And what are we saying in this melody? You know what? I have a colleague. He loves this prayer. And he says, all we're asking is to be a little stronger. This amtseinu, right? Give us a little bit of strength. Tivarcheinu, give us a little bit of blessing. Tigadleinu, make us bigger. Why do we want to be made big? Because we're so small, right? We're so small. Tigadleinu, let us come up, right? Tidrashenu letova, seek things from us. And this is it's an alphabet, it's an acrostic, and there's the Sephardic version has a whole 22 letters of this, right? Make us into something. But what we're saying is, here we are, we're weak, we're depleted, we need some kind of restoration. And the melody itself, is a hopeful melody. Ayom ayom ayom. Ayom ayom ayom. Ayom ayom ayom. Ayom ayom ayom. Ayom te'amtzeinu.
Amen.
So there's such relief and such joy in that melody. Okay, so those are the 10 top 10, the top 10 high harmony melodies. Okay? We're going to go through it again, okay? But maybe I'll stop here and see if you have any questions. Any questions, comments, remarks, observations, or...
Great time, Rabbi. And we are enjoying watching you have a great time.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to share that joy with you and say that that's accessible to you, even if it's just in one moment, one element of this. The melodies, Zochreinu, all of that, and as I say, once you see how it's laid out for you, it says, turn to this page, sing this, turn to this page, sing this, right? So there is obviously room for silent prayer, right? You're going to do a lot of silent, but when it comes to being by yourself or being in the couple or being with the other people that you're going to be with, your families, there's going to be enough collective creativity there to do this. And on Rosh Hashanah, you can get disinhibited. I'm not going to say you should have a couple of drinks before, and that will make it really happy. But
it'll loosen us up.
I could say, what I'd say is that if you just spend some time with the recordings and some time with the machzor reviewing this, which you really, 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 really should, it will all happen nicely. You'll catch some of the melodies and it will all be fine. So let's do a quick review of these 10. Any other comments first before that?
Rabbi, when will we be receiving this luach of?
Okay, so what I don't have on it is the connections to the different recordings. I don't have the links placed on it yet because we haven't finished the recordings. But you'll get it. Look, I hope you get it. You know, obviously you'll get it before Rosh Hashanah. But I'm thinking at the end of August you're going to get it. Okay? I send out drafts. I can send you a draft of it too. Okay. All right.
It would be nice to have a draft. While we're working with you, we had a draft. We can kind of put some notes on it.
I'll show you exactly what I mean. Let me see if I'll pull it up for a second. Documents. I have the. All right, so let's do the. Here, I'll show you this. Okay. So let me just get back to this here. Okay. So this is what it looks like. This is the medium service, the Ramah service. So it says, we begin, this is what the leader script says. We begin our service with a blessing over you. Rise and recite, blessing on page 43. Torah study, page 35. We may be seated. And then I'll give you an example of where it gets interesting during the Musaf, okay? So, so here, ordinarily would be at this point that the congregational services, we recite the Hineni. We read it, let's take a moment to read it silently, page 140, okay? Let's turn to page 125, recite the silent Amida. Then I would say, the Musaf is the heart of the congregational service. Without a meaning, we're not able to recite it completely with the Kedusha. However, since many of the prayers are important prayers, and the melodies are in the service, we will sing them now as if we were singing them in congregation. Let's turn to page 141 and begin the repetition of the Musaf. And then, and then Melech, I'm not going to do the Mechalkel tonight. That's going to be a future class. Mechayim eitim berachamim rabim, and so you all the things that I found. This column, the blank column, that's where the links go. We have okay, so that's what it's going to look like. Okay, let's review
I have the ear. At home at night for the Kiddush and afterwards, and I have the whole script for the Agada almost written, finished. Now, yes, oh, Elohim Chaim, or Chaim, Melech Hafetz B'Chaim, Ochreinu B'Sefer HaChaim, Ochreinu L'Chaim, Ochreinu B'Sefer HaChaim, Chaim B'Sefer HaChaim,
ישראל, לחיים טובים, לחיים טובים, שלום.
Avinu Malkeinu,
Menu
Avinu Malkeinu,
Menu
Anu
Amen.
There you go. Okay. So we have 10 melodies. They're all on the website now. Now let me just get the website up for you again, and I'll show you how to do this. So
HPCT-CAE.org.
there you go.
/holidays.
Watch this.
Watch this space.
Try again later. Okay, so we're not getting the share on the. Hang on, let me just close that for a second. Try this again. Try this again. There we go. All right, so this is our website. the Highland Park Conservative Temple, HPCT-CAE.org. Look at the top and look here, High Holy Days. You click that, boom, and it has the home classes. So this is, it gives you the schedule, I think. It'll come on in a second. Here we go. So it tells you to sign up for the classes. The recording of the town hall meeting. Okay, fine, you don't need that. And this is the playlist. Okay, this is where you could access all the different things that we've recorded. So Mike already recorded Rosh and Tayu and the ones that we did. I wonder how he did this. Let's hear. So you did a different tune. Okay.
Make a second recording?
Yes.
So it could remind the congregation who only knows the earlier one that they can be.
Absolutely. You know, it's so funny because I know the melody also. I couldn't remember. I remember, you know, that one is his one is a much more lively one. I always criticize him. You know, we kibitz with each other. I always feel he gives us, you know, a little more minor tunes. You know, but this is a much livelier as opposed to okay. All right, so we'll get that other one up there anyway. That's what he did for Hayom. He did the regular Hayom. Okay, and the other ones that you know, and there are actually more on that thing. All you have to do is go to this one. If you go to SoundCloud, you get also my Parsha talks.
They're a lot of fun. I recommend them.
You'll recommend and then so he's got some additional stuff, and we'll have this all made reference to. He's got the whole thing up there already. Let's see.
Somehow, somewhere.
Right. So he's got the first. Okay, so that's in a future lesson we're going to do that. But today we did. He's done Zochrenu. This is the Zochrenu. That's our Zochrenu, and then the other one. Got that one, and the Tayu. Just want to. Okay, so you get the idea there. Okay, so that's all available on the website. All you need to do is go to the website, and you can get access to these things. And just I tell people, play them when you're cooking, play them when you're walking, play them when you're driving, but don't read when you drive, or before you go to sleep. Put them on my iPhone, and just click them, and you can listen to these beautiful melodies, and you'll have great dreams. You'll have dreams. Here's your dream. Your dream will be the book of life. Your dream, your dream will be, who will live and who will die. Storms and earthquakes. What else? And pandemics. We don't have to dream. We're in it. That's why we're here. Anyway, the last thing I want to say is, again, I'm so proud of the fact that you're here, and given the fact that we have found a certain niche here between, what is obviously so popular and elsewhere in the conservative movement with the streaming of the services, which doesn't really ask much of the congregants. It asks them to kind of sit and be passive, and then you have everything. I got an email from somebody about what they're doing in Florida, right, with the drive-ins. They're going to have a jumbotron and a stage with some music. This is a conservative synagogue in Florida. And
on the holiday? On the holiday?
On the eve of the holiday.
Really?
I didn't know whether to laugh or to cry. I don't know how to react to it. I'm too strident in my opinions on these things. But the point is that, you know, a religious life makes certain demands on people. You know, after all, you know, at the core of this service, second day Yom Tov is the whole story of, you know, the sacrifice of Isaac, which is impossible to understand to begin with. But at the core of this, there's a sense of something is being asked of you. Something is being asked of you. And so what is being asked of you? All that's being asked of you is a little time, a little effort, a little bit of practice, a little bit of trying to get to this. And I think what is being asked of all of us is make a discovery. Make a discovery. I mean, you see me, I get so excited by this, and I have found that just by seeing this, you open up into a whole new direction. I mean, you know, obviously I have a frustrated, you know, chazan in me, you know, that you know, there's music in my life, of course, and there's music in all of our life. We're all very musical people, right? And all it needs is just a little bit of, you need to open your heart. That's all, and that's one of the prayers, Petach Libeinu, just open up, and the music opens you up, and you know, I have no doubt that this year is going to be just a different, emotional in the sense that we can't be together, you know, and I can't tell you how on the one hand it's so sad, it's just awful, you know. On the other hand, okay, so we have dealt with it. We come to terms with that as the truth, and so now what's available to us? So sing, be your, let yourself go is what I'm saying, and try and not be inhibited by the melodies. Make mistakes, make plenty of mistakes. I made a few already this evening. Can't remember a tune here. Can't remember. That's fine. You just kind of pick it up and go with it, and all you have the machzor. The machzor is helpful, and that will be fine. Okay, and that's our lesson tonight.
On Shabbos is the same or different? On
Shabbos is what? I'm sorry?
On Shabbos Yontif,
yes.
Is V'taher Libeinu the same as Shabbos, or is there a Yontif tune?
So we do V'taher Libeinu, V'taher. How do you go?
V'taher
Libeinu, V'taher Libeinu. I don't think it's different.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, same one. Of course, the melody is a Shabbos melody. That's fine. That's fine. It's Shabbos, so it's fine. You know, we've seen plenty of melodies that are Shabbos melodies on Yom Tov also. It's okay. It all goes. Okay? And that's the story.
Huh.
All right.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Good night. Enjoy your family.
Okay, it's great to see everybody. We'll see you all
Yes.
Thursday.
Thursday.
Thursday we got the Amidas. Okay, got it. Have a good night.
Go on to your children.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.